Make money every day. How? By cooking ordinary home-cooked meal. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. Business ideas and finance is what we discuss in this channel. And my name is Portia. Hope you enjoy this video. Business idea of the day: home-cooked restaurant meal. And I'm sure you guys are wondering, well, yeah, we have lots of restaurants. Yes, we do. We do have lots of restaurants, but there's still a problem that the current restaurants that we have are not solving some of the problems some of us experience. We have professionals, entrepreneurs, and that work long hours, that are too busy just to cut an onion. It's a lot for most of us. Now, we have a problem because the restaurants that are currently available, let me talk about Pretoria and Johannesburg, most of them, they're expensive. Some people want to go to eat at the restaurant every day. That's how busy we are. But can I pay 200 every day? No. It's not practical, right? Most of the restaurants, their prices are quite high. That means those restaurants are designed to go out once in a while, with friends and chill on dates, but they are not serving a purpose to serve most of the busy individuals. Now, the other issue with the current restaurant is the restaurants that we have is that they cook the same thing over and over. Their menu doesn't change, right? So if you go to your favorite restaurant, you will see that you have to choose from the same menu that you saw last week. Can you eat the same food over and over? No. So the problem is we need a restaurant that's going to give us surprise food, When I get there, from Monday to Friday, I know I'll be having a different meal. That is the problem. The current restaurants are not serving most of us in that regard. They are only good for once in a while. So we need entrepreneurs like you who love cooking, who have all those skills. Come and show us what your mama taught you in the kitchen. Cook for us. And some of us, we will gladly come. I'm telling you, there are so many people that are going to come for that kind of a restaurant. So now I just spoke about the problems, right? Because, as an entrepreneur, you are irrelevant unless there's a problem. So now I just brought this problem for you that the current restaurants are too expensive and the menu does not change. That's a problem. What will be the solution? You who love the kitchen, you who think you have the skills to give us different taste every day, we need your services. We need your services. How can you make it so different, your restaurant? I said the problem is that they serve the same menu, right? For some of us who are too busy, we would love to have a restaurant that has reasonable prices. A price that I can literally come to your restaurant every day. Can you see, as an entrepreneur, if you give me that solution, you are going to have me every day in your restaurant, because your prices would be reasonable, right? And again, because I want to come to your restaurant every day, your meal can't be the same, your menu can't be the same. You must serve surprise menus. There's no restaurant, I've never seen a restaurant, maybe I haven't traveled enough, but I've never seen a restaurant that gives us a surprise menu. Just surprise us, man. And let me tell you, right, this restaurant that most people would be happy for, it should be a restaurant that cook basic food. Some of us cannot eat a burger Monday to Friday. It's not sustainable, right? But if you are to cook the food that your mama taught you in the kitchen, that's the food we are looking for. We know how to cook it. We just don't have time. And it's not our priority. We rather spend our time on something else. So we want to give you this task of cooking for us and make money out of this problem that you will be solving. So the kind of food that you make, basic, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about macaroni and mince and maybe add veggies. I'm talking about your pap and chicken or your chicken stew or a bit of beef. I'm talking about rice and grilled fish, with a bit of soup and maybe a bit of veggie there. You don't have to have too many veggies in a plate. Remember, we're working on cost for you and for me, right? What I want as a basic professional is just to fill my stomach, but also to enjoy the meal and also to be able to afford to be at your restaurant every day. If one of you can run with this idea, you will inbox me one day and tell me that you are killing it. Because most people, right, they actually eat, they're not eating healthy. They're not eating healthy. And remember, most of the companies, especially private companies, the workload is this much. You work at the office, you come home, still working on your laptop. There's deadlines on top of deadlines. Do you think this person will have time to be boiling beetroot that she loves? No. So you are going to be very handy for that. I will benefit because I'll eat healthy, and you will benefit because I'll come to you every day. Or while it might not be every day, but majority of the time, right? So think of it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's say you are sold in, and now you want to proceed. Where do you start? I'm here to give you all those details. Look at the location. What kind of a location do we need for this business? You have to know the locations, target locations where mostly the middle and high-end income people stay. Those are the people that can afford to come to the restaurant every day. But remember, we still want to keep it less, right? Roughly, if your meals can be between 50 rands and 100 rand, right? That is the South African currency. If your meal can be around that price range, it is practical for most people to be at your shop every day. And we are still on the location, right? Yo, do you know what is the other location around students? Specifically medical students, ladies and gentlemen. Medical students would love you. Medical students would love you to bits if you were to cook for them. Medical students, all they want to do is to eat, drink water, study, and sleep. There is no time for chopping onion. And those are the people that need all the nutrients of this earth because they are studying overnight, they are cross-nighting. Sorry, I'm talking about medical students because I've once been in that field. So I know what is happening there. That's why I'm very sure that if you were to target an area where it is made out of a lot of students, then you will kill it. Another point to take into consideration is that your location must be visible, it must be easily accessible. Check it, there must be movement, people must recognize it. Then you will also be busy. And if you are already staying in that kind of place, maybe there's no need to rent a shop, you can start this business from your home and avoid the rent. And if you are to start it at home, of course, it depends on where you stay. If you stay in complexes, they won't allow. But if you stay in a standalone house, you can still maneuver. But even if you stay in complexes or in a flat, you can avoid complaints by delivering to your people so that they don't walk to your place. So you deliver to them. In that way, you manage to cut on costs for rental, especially when you are still starting. Now, now we are done with the location. The other thing to consider is do your research now around that area. Check out who are the suppliers that are closer to you. For instance, who's going to supply you with chicken? Who's going to supply you with cow meat? Who's going to supply you with fish? Mashonja. Mashonja is mopani worms, those that don't know it. So look at all those suppliers, start making contacts, and then ask in terms of the costs, ask in terms of the transport, and also ask in terms of the frequency. How often will they be available to deliver? Remember, we don't want to get there and there's no food. We're so tired. We're from work. There was this boss who was sitting on top of here and you don't have food in the restaurant. You don't want to get there. And once you got all those, factor in now the costs. What are the costs that you will incur in trying to provide the service to us? And what is your profit margin? Of course, those details, you'll be able to work them out from the information that you would have got from the suppliers and for the rent if you want to rent a shop and so on. And the next step is to open a business account. You have to have a business account. Obviously, you're not going to run your business together simultaneously with your personal bank account. No. And then, remember, as to registering the company, that's clearly up to you. We are allowed to run a business whether we registered it or haven't not registered it. So we are allowed to run that kind of business. So you choose, actually. They have both negatives and advantages. We will explore in other videos. Then make pamphlets. Make pamphlets, preferably before you open, and then hand them out to your target market. What should you write on your pamphlet? Location of your business. Give examples of home-cooked meals that you will be providing. And also indicate on the pamphlet that you will be cooking for us on orders, especially when you're still starting. Remember, you are trying to ensure that you do not run at a loss. So at the beginning, try to make sure that you cook for us only when we've placed an order, and then we make a payment, then that's when you will cook. Also indicate, very important, that this menu will be different every day. That is crucial. That is your selling point. Is it the right English? Yeah, that word, but the sentence, if you state it out that the menu will be different daily, you manage to capture lots of us who have been looking to find that kind of a restaurant. On your pamphlet, indicate all your social media handles, all your social, like put your Facebook name, your Instagram, WhatsApp, and all that. That is just part of marketing, so that we know where we find you. And give us the estimated prices. Indicate that the price might change, but it's roughly between this and this, so that we can prepare our budget as well. Now, because this is surprise meal, when are we gonna know what are we eating today? You can choose to update on your WhatsApp status that today's meal is macaroni and mince. Then I know, oh, I'm gonna eat macaroni and mince today. Even on Facebook and other social networks, you can update daily as to what are we eating today. And now, regarding delivery, decide if you have you want to deliver to us. That means, do you have a bike or motorbike or a car, or can you walk to deliver to us? That is definitely based on where you will be cooking, right? And also look into the option of registering as a business partner, restaurant partner with Mr. Delivery and Uber Eats. And finally, find out about the equipments and the food suppliers. Then what should you do? Start your business. Run. Get the money. We're waiting for you. Cheers, guys.